the bloody brutal Sassenachs and their patois. But curse of a good-for-nothing god lights sideways on the bloody thick-lugged sons of whores gets. No music, no art or literature worthy of the name. Any civilization they have, they stole from us. Tongue-tied sons of bastards goats.
Ah, well, persecution, all the history of the world is full of it. Perpetuating national hatred among nations.
But do you know what a nation is?
Yes.
What is it?
A nation? Well, a nation is the same people living in the same place.
Begod, if that's so, then I must be a nation, because I'm living in the same place for the last 5 years.
Now, you're also living in different places.
That covers my case.
And what is your nation, if I may ask?
Ireland. I was born here. Ireland.
Yeah. After you with the push, Joe.
Show us over the drink.
That's mine, as the devil said to the dead policeman.
And I belong to a race, too, that is hated, persecuted. Also now, this very moment, this very instant, robbed, plundered, insulted, persecuted.
Are you talking about the New Jerusalem?
I'm talking about injustice.
Right. Stand up to it, then, with force, like men.
That's no use. Force, hatred, history, all that. It's not life for men and women, insult and hatred. And everybody knows it's the very opposite of that is really life.
What?
Love. I mean the opposite of hatred. I must go.
That's the new apostle to the Gentiles. Universal love.
That's what we're taught. Love your neighbour.
That chap, bigamy neighbour, is his motto. Love my ya. That's the new Messiah for Ireland.
They're still waiting for their Redeemer.
3 cheers for Israel!
Mendelssohn was a Jew, and Karl Marx, and Spinoza, and Christ was a Jew, and his father was a Jew. Your God.
By God, I'll brain that bloody Jew-man for using the holy hymn. By God, I'll crucify him. Take it easy.
And there came a voice out of heaven calling, Elijah, Elijah. And he answered with a main cry, Abba, Adonai. And they beheld him, even him, Ben Bloom Elijah, amid clouds of angels ascend to the glory of the brightness at an angle of 45 degrees over Donoghue's in Little Green Street, like a shot off a shuffle. And I don't think it right that even I should complain if the untoward phenomenon of love should cause disturbance, even in so egotistically regulated a life as mine. As a matter of fact, I know very little about women. One of the English teachers said she was not worthy of me, and I'm sure that this would be many people's verdict. But I certainly have submitted myself more to her than I have to anybody. And I do not think I would have begun this letter but that she encouraged me.
When Joyce left Dublin, he didn't go alone. He eloped with a young chambermaid called Nora Barnacle, causing his father to remark, Nora Barnacle, she'll stick to him. It was to be an immensely important and lasting relationship for Joyce. They had 2 children, but flouting convention, they didn't marry until 1931. When Joyce wrote Ulysses, the date he chose for the action of the book was a day they first walked out together, the 16th of June, 1904.
Nora was uneducated, almost illiterate, direct, very Irish, very honest, and it seems to us sexually much more liberated than we normally think an Irish woman should be, especially at that period. And Molly, at the end of that book, is Nora. I think without this earthy, unintellectual Galway girl he married, he could not have got to the depth of the feminine soul, although Nora herself said, Jim knows nothing about women. But Jung said, as far as the knowledge of women is concerned, you must have been inspired by the devil.
Today I've had 1 whole day's uninterrupted work.
And how much have you written?
2 sentences.
You have been seeking the mot juste.
No, I have the words already. What I'm seeking is the
perfect order of the words in the sentence. There is an order in every way appropriate. I think I have it.
Oh, now, that's too bad. And is he talking to you again about that old book of his, Mr. Budgen? I don't know how you stand it. Jim, you ought not to do it. You bore Mr. Budgen stiff.
If I bore Budgen, he must tell me.
What do you think, Mr. Budgen, of a book with a big, fat, horrible, married woman as its heroine? Molly Bloom.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being fat and married. Anyway, it makes a change from these sylph-like sweethearts we usually read about.
I'll tell you this, Mr. Budgen. Das Buch ist ein Schwein.